We're losing!
Teamwork, guys. More teamwork.
They're burying us alive!
Well, shit.
Jeez, Louie.
Honey, don't you want to beat those bastards? In my book, we're going to be winners.
Listen, I ain't got nothing left for you to sign, because you're training like a damn bum, you know that?
Screw them.
What are you doing? What are people doing?
Is this early access to?
Hey, let me tell you something, bro.
Get out there now and do the best you can.
All right. Welcome. Sunday night, Bad Fodder Figures, episode 178. And look at that smile on that man's face. The 2-1 Cincinnati Bengals. Who day?
Hell yes. Yes, sir. Beat Pittsburgh today. A great win over Pittsburgh. I hate Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh's
won today.
Really scuffling with that ancient quarterback of theirs. He's really not the Mr. Mobility like he used to be.
They're definitely hurting, but I'll take it. Okay, don't harsh my mellow right now. Okay, definitely, yeah, exactly. I think Joe Burrow and the Bengals did a great job today. I think it was awesome. Great game. Loved it, and we're on to next week. I think a Thursday night game next week. Thursday night game.
Short week, trap week.
Yeah, I think we play Jacksonville next Thursday night.
They're 0-3.
Oh, perfect. The Bengals would be 3-1.
Well, we're missing Eric Glovebox. Of course, we are a subsidiary of Glovebox Gaming and Glovebox Gyms worldwide. I cannot confirm or deny if Eric is sulking over the Washington football team getting a very thorough whooping at the hands of the Buffalo Bills. But he might pop in later. We shall see. That's been his MO of late, is just to be casual about it, man. He just pops in when we least expect it.
That's how it goes when you're working out and you're Glovebox Gaming. You just do shit on your own schedule, on your own time. And it's like, boom, I'm here, And with his gym, I don't know if he'd been to his gym yet or not, Mike.
No.
I don't know. I'm trying to, But
these pythons over here, they don't need too many gyms. Look at that girth.
Someone call animal control on those pythons.
Yeah, exactly. My poor Patriots were all out of sorts this week against the New Orleans Saints. Took a thorough whipping today, 28-13, at the hands of the Saints.
Ooh, rough.
I would agree. Well, and let's welcome Team Chaos Theory to the chat. He has been missed for sure. Hello, sir. He says that the Washington football team should really keep the name. The name, the logo. I think it has a nice element to it. It's put my pinky out a little bit. I think it's high class when you just call yourself the football team. You know what I mean? It's like there's no one else is calling themselves the football team. You just I like it. I think anything else is going to be weak sauce. What are we going to have there? The Washington. The Washington filibusters. What are we going to have? The Washington Renegades. The Washington Senators.
What is it? I think Monument. I think Monuments is supposed to be the leader of the pack. The Washington Monuments or something like that.
Yeah, and then you're just like, they're monuments. They're just standing still out there. You're just subjecting yourself to criticism that is not needed. So just keep it WFT, and then when you're bad, you can just switch to WTF.
Yeah,
it's very flexible.
And very flexible, like your Python arms.
Yes, I see. I can do like Vinny Barbarino. I can do like this. Hey.
Sean.
How many people got that? This is how deep. This is how deep we cut here at Bad Fodder Figures. At any given time, we can bust into some shanana. That's how we do it. That's how we grew up. I grew up on that shit.
Yeah, I did too. I remember watching it with my older brother and sister.
So I had a good, somewhat good experience today, man. I have an old car that has been plaguing me since since COVID. No pun intended there. But I think I've said it before, and you said it as well. Vehicles, any type of vehicle, anything with the motor does well with repetition, right? And so I let this car sit for months on end sometimes, or weeks on end, and it just hasn't been performing that well. So, I got a new battery back, I don't know, maybe end of last year, early this year, and everything was fine for a while, but now it just wouldn't start. I just run it all day, do errands, blah, 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 work totally fine, go start the next day, doesn't work. Probably an alternator, maybe something like that, something that's draining the battery. But it's a 2008 Saturn Vue, so we're not talking, high-end vehicle here. My oldest son, who was supposed to take this car, has shown really no initiative to get his license. And winter is coming. He'll be here before you know, because it is fall right now in Massachusetts, which which means, just like spring, it's only here for a few days, weeks, and then we go right into winter. So winter is coming. And having a third vehicle, I have to keep it outside, not in the garage, and it just becomes a hassle for the plow and everything like that. So, and with no house to bring it down the Cape and just let it sit there, we just decided to sell it. Right. So I was on CarMax a couple of weeks ago. I got a quote. I was all ready to go there, take it there, and then I couldn't find the title. So I had to order a new title from the state. That showed up on Friday. So went to fill out another quote via CarMax, and I think it's one of those, you hit the system too many times. It's like, yeah, you need to bring this in. So I had no prior expectations of what the fuck CarMax was. I mean, I sort of had
I've never dealt with them.
I thought I was going to a place like, you know how sometimes if you've been in an accident, you got to bring your car to like a claims adjuster. They take pictures and shit, and it's almost like you drive into this thing and you drive out. No, this was like going to a fucking Home Depot for cars. Okay, this was a mega huge operation. I pull into this lot. There's just cars like as far as the eye can see, just cars everywhere, and then. You go up front, like where the customer area is, and they have like, appointment parking and shit like that. But you go inside and it's just like, thousands of salesmen all at like their fucking little cubicles and shit. And so I go to the front, reception area, and the guy's like, yeah, you got an appointment. I'm right there up on the screen. My name, 5 p.m., Michael M. And, I go sit down with the guy. He, types everything off my registration. He says, okay, it's going to be about 25, 30 minutes. Why don't you go hang outside or in the waiting room? And, Lynn was with me, my wife. And so we went, I just sat in her car. And I could see the guy come out, and he just, goes up and down the vehicle, taking pictures, starts the car, rolls up and down the windows, beeps the horn, does all that type of shit. Spends about 10, 15 minutes with the vehicle outside. And then he gets in, he starts driving around or whatever. And then the guy inside told me, he's like, I'll call you, or you'll get an email me with the estimate, with what we're going to give you. It's non-negotiable what you go to CarMax. This is what this just like trading in something at GameStop or whatever, the system spits out the number, right? And it was the same number that I got a few weeks ago online. So it was $2,000 was my trade-in value, which I was happy with. Fuck, I didn't pay for this car. It was given to me. I've had it since 2013, and now it's just draining money from me, and it's a nuisance. So I was happy to get rid of it for $2,000. So I go inside, I talk to the lady at the business counter, and she tells me the process. She's like, yeah, you got to go out and bring the car in, and then, someone will meet you outside in like the sort of receiving lanes, like where you drop the car. So I go outside, get my car, and I go into this little like receiving lane, and I'm waited for a few cars ahead of me to clear out, and then I was there. But all the workers were clearing these other cars out. I'm just sitting there, and I'm like, why am I just sitting here? No one out. There's like no other owners in their cars.
So finally, no one else is sitting here.
So finally the guy comes on. He's like, what are you doing? Are you saying goodbye to your car? was like, what are you talking about? The lady inside said, come out, go to the receiving lane and wait for someone to come out. And he's like, oh, that must be me. He's like, so what are you doing? I'm like, I just told you, I'm waiting for someone to come out. He's like, yeah, he's like, I'll take it from here. Just go inside and talk to her. So I go inside.
Holy shit.
So I go inside and I was like, you told me to sit in that lane, and the guy out there just started making fun of me, thinking I was, saying goodbye to my car for like sentimental value or something. And we all just, we had a good chuckle about it. There was no, I wasn't being, mean or anything. And she just started laughing. She's like, it's been a crazy day. So, I was, in all, it took maybe about an hour and 15 minutes, with the waiting and shit like that, me waiting in the car, saying goodbye to it. But yeah, they just, took the plates off. They gave me, a nice tote bag with my plates that say CarMax all over it. And, had me sign on the title and everything like that. And they cut me a check right then and there. And it's pretty seamless, man.
Yeah. Wow.
There's a lot of fucking cars there, I tell you that. A lot of people on a Sunday. He was like, I'm going to make an appointment at 5 p.m. Let everybody during the day get the shit out of this system, and I'll be the only one there. Couldn't be any more wrong. A lot of people there buying and selling.
So they're buying cars too. People are coming in and buying cars.
Oh yeah. They could buy cars there. You could trade your car in and buy another car. Yep.
Were they trying to sell your car or something like that? Or
no one. I was expecting someone to say to me, "Hey, we'll give you a little bit more if you buy something else off us." I was expecting like the GameStop thing, right? Like hey, I know you want to trade in this PS Pro for $100, but we'll give you $175 if you want in-store credit. I was I was expecting like one of those types of deals, but nothing. No, it was pretty effortless, man. Just waiting was only the only ordeal I had.
I tell you what, CarMax sounds like a great plan. Sounds like a great idea. I suggest everybody go to CarMax to sell their car.
Sponsored by CarMax.
I suggest everybody go to CarMax.
There was all types of vehicles there too, man.
Yeah.
Like people who had Porsches and fucking other like beat up junkers. I was like, good, I don't feel like the only fucking ugly stepchild here with this fucking thing. And like an idiot, I got a car wash too beforehand because it was like sitting under like a bunch of trees in my yard and shit, and it just looked grimy. Like the pollen was stuck on the side panels.
Yeah.
So I spent $18. Got a car wash.
I would have done that too.
Yeah.
Oh well. I do that before I go to the when I take my truck in or Barb's car in to get the oil change or worked on it. I clean it so they it's like, man, this guy takes care of his car, so we'll take care of him. That's my theory and my thought anyway. And
then they open up the hood and there's just fucking donuts there. They open up the door. There's fucking fresh donuts in the door.
Yeah.
There's just donuts everywhere.
French fries underneath the seat and shit. Yeah. They're like, what the fuck?
No, I'm saying you're giving them donuts like you did at Best Buy. They just
yeah, like Best, yeah, like Best Buy. Tell you what, man, I worked out.
They were bribing them with donuts.
They were happy. Best Buy was happy that morning. There's those poor saps out there. People are going out buying Xboxes and shit, and they had to get their wake up early and get there early and that. They weren't getting paid more for that. So I did a good thing. I brought them donuts that day. They were happy.
The place was fucking clean as fuck, man. You could eat off those floors in there. It was I don't know if the place just opened like in the last year or so, but there was like no wear and tear in that building. And I don't know why the fuck I'm looking at that. But, you sit in the waiting area like, 20 minutes, you start looking at shit and the floors were fucking like spotless. All the desks that you were sitting at nice, the business areas, there was hand sanitizers everywhere. They must have a company maybe that comes in and just like fucking cleans that place out at night.
Yeah. Wow, that's awesome. So we might have talked about it, but so are you getting a new car now? I mean, what's going on? You're down. So you're just down a car.
Yeah, we had 3 and we're now down to 2.
Okay.
We inherited one from my mother-in-law passing away.
Sure. Yeah.
So we got that one. And so we're just down to 2 vehicles. And if my son needs to use it, if he keeps threatening he's going to get his license by 17, then he'll just borrow one of ours. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm sure the UPS guy, the plow guy, everyone will be happy that comes down your driveway to
Yeah, one less
stuff. So
one less thing to deal with when they're in my driveway for sure.
yeah.
So
Nice.
yeah. To Team Chaos Theory's point, it was a good experience. It was something to be seen for sure. Just who came up with this idea? Boom, check right there. And I had to come home. I just went on the Mass RMV site, logged in with my license plate and social, and boom, just canceled the registration right online. And tomorrow morning, I'll call the insurance company to let them know that I've sold the car, take it off the policy.
Yeah. Look at that. Everything's coming up, Mike.
Making strides, and of course with the money in my hand, letting it burn. We were talking about before the show today. I was looking at the a sound bar, the Klipsch Cinema 1200. Matt, you can see behind me here. Of course, we got the TV. We need to pair this with an appropriate soundbar. But look at the depth. Look at this depth of this room.
Just time out, because TV. There was a TV last Sunday in the background.
Yes.
Just so people, this is another TV. This isn't the same one. This is another TV in the background today.
He's got lies. The man's got lies. But you can see the walls. You can see how the wall over here, and it's not a very wide room, right? It's a long room, but not exceptionally wide. And we were talking about on the pre-show, which you can only catch on Chatterbait. I was thinking of something, and that was the only thing that came to mind. We are the only closed people on Chatterbait talking about soundbars. That's our selling point. And we were talking about the power of having a 1200 watt system in this room. And there was Matt was feeling like I would be like living in the Maxwell commercial, and I would just be sitting there, and all of a sudden, splat! I would like just go up against the wall. I'd be flattened like a moth. But I took it to another step and said I'd probably go upstairs and the whole family would be dead. Like the TVs would have the mirrors and the pictures and everything upstairs on the walls would have just like came down and like crushed them all. They would have all been smothered.
It just smushed by all these OLED TVs that he has hanging on the walls upstairs and stuff. They just come down, bam, that'd be it.
And the bigger, I think, deterrent, besides death by 1200 watts and getting smushed up against the wall, I think the bigger deterrent was, they say the term happy wife, happy life, that when would I ever be able to play this system in the full throat? When would I ever be able to really crank it up like to two?
Full effect.
To two.
To two. Yeah.
I'd put it on 2. And how fast would people be down here coming through my door going, what the fuck are you doing down here?
The hell is going on down here?
And all I did was boot up like the PlayStation 5 or the Xbox. I didn't even get to like a movie or a game. It was just like the intro. Swoosh.
And then meanwhile, Mike's down there with his ear, blood coming out of his ears. Like, what? What are you talking about?
This is the full experience.
I'm immersed. I'm in the Matrix.
And I guess like a lot of things, I say to myself when I have this plan and it doesn't come out and I have to settle for plan like Z instead of plan A, I say in my next life, I will get the sound system that I want. You know what I mean?
Like how you said plan Z, because that's what I thought too. It's like there's plan A might as well just. Yeah. I understand. I understand your thinking here, and I that's. Oh man, that's awesome.
I'm gonna have to temper my expectations with a little less powerful sound system, I think. But it looks so.
That's what Bart does with me.
Tempers the expectation.
Yes.
Yeah. Why is it wilted like that? I'm 48. God damn it! It's had 48 years of use. You try to use something for 48. Go fucking buy a broom and use it for 48 years and see if that thing is still stiff.
Exactly.
It's all floppies out there too. You know, look at the bristles on that 48-year-old broom.
Exactly. It's 48 years old.
You
Give it some time.
You get a vacuum cleaner and see how good it is after 48 years.
Yeah. You're not. Well, never mind. I'm not going.
Quit while you're.
I'm not going. I'm going to shut up right now. Throwing a hot dog down the highway.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad I got that out of my system. Not sure where we go from here. But I'm on.
Do we have voicemails?
We do.
Oh,
not.
you're on vacation. Yes, yeah. You're on vacation this week.
We're a little dry on the voicemails. I am on vacation this week.
It's nice if you taking vacation of my birthday week.
That's right. It's Matttober on. Is that Friday?
Friday, my dear sir.
Friday kicks off Matttober.
Yep. Yeah, so it's good of you to take the week off to prepare for the upcoming month and everything like that. So that's nice great, man. I appreciate that. Yeah,
it's such a crazy month too that I took off the last week of October as well for my birthday.
See, you're starting it Matttober with the week off, and you're ending it because you know how much of a celebration it's going to be. Yeah. You need to take the week off at the end of the month too.
It's like fucking Mardi Gras around here. Just throwing shit around, beads all over boobs.
Tits flying around.
Yeah. The floppers.
Yeah. Floppers. Yeah. Never mind.
I was also telling you before the show that my buddy, who was on some of the very, very early episodes of Gamers in Beta, has been a long time manager at GameStop. And I might be taking the trek to his store and trading in a bunch of those. You know, we were talking about in previous episodes, what am I doing with all this crap? I'm just collecting all these consoles, and I keep them too long that you can't trade them in anywhere. And, you know, I don't think you can go to a GameStop and trade in 360s right now. I think they don't even sell 360 games. So I think it's just, you know, PS4, Xbox One on. But anyways, his store is about an hour and a half away from me. So it's like, how many GameStops do I drive by on the way to his place? But it'll be good to catch up with them, and he probably won't give me as much of a hassle if I don't have all the USB cables. Because I think when you do trade in PS4s and PS5s, if someone is trading in a PS5, you have to bring in the USB cable for the controller, because that's in the pack-in. Xbox,
like the original one.
Like, yeah, I mean, who has? I guess just a US, as long as it's the same type. You know what I mean? I mean, they're probably. You'd probably be shocked how much they probably take off if you don't give them a cable. I mean, you can still trade it in. It's not like they're going to say no, but it's probably like, you know, $5-10 they take off.
That's crazy.
So yeah, so I talked to him today. He said, yeah, you do have to bring USB cables for PS4 systems, but not Xbox. That's
the craziest thing.
Yeah. With the Xbox Series X, we didn't get a USB-C cable.
Well, no, because they run off batteries. So why would they give you a cable to charge them?
Well, there's a charge port on the front.
No, well, there is, correct.
How else are you charging that? Like if you get the instead of batteries like Duracell or rechargeable batteries, if you get the block thing, you know, you can charge it with the USB-C.
But that's the thing. But you can still use this without a USB-C cable or USB cable, right?
And if if your battery's dead, conversely, if your battery's dead and you don't have any new batteries in your house, you could hook up a USB-C and play. Right. So they don't give you the cable.
No, but PS4 and PS5, you have to charge it up.
Yes.
You have, because you can't replace the battery. So you have to have a cable.
Yeah, I get this.
You don't have to have a cable. You can. I mean, they could have done it, but they didn't need to because they
used to in the past.
We're just going to send you some fucking batteries instead. Here's a couple of batteries that'll last you a couple of days.
Prior to the Xbox Series X and Series S, they gave you both. They gave you the batteries and the cable. This time around, they only give you the batteries.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I can't remember back in the day if they gave. Yeah, I can't. Yeah.
I remember the original Xbox, the one that you bought off me. It came with like a thick USB cable.
Probably,
that sort of matched the look of the console. You know, like the end was like real square and kind of shiny. So yeah, I might be doing that this week on vacation. I got to do some decluttering around the house. Lynn had a very sore neck and a headache last night, and I was going through all our medicine cabinets. You tell me, Matt, what you would have done. All our we didn't have any Aleve in the house. That's our preferred brand. But any sort of like ibuprofen we had, so we're talking like Motrin or Tylenol or anything like that, we had them in abundance, but they were all expired. What would you have done? Would you have taken expired
by
Tylenol?
How much? Expired by how much? Yeah, Tylenol. Yeah, I probably would have taken expired Tylenol.
April 2020. So over year and a half, year and a couple months.
I probably would have still taken it. I mean, it's just Tylenol. Just Tylenol, just Advil, Bayer. Yeah. I mean, the effect might not have been as
strong.
Good. I don't know. It might have still too. Who knows? But I would have taken it probably. Yeah.
So yeah.
Now if it had been something, but if it had been like a liquid medicine, like cough syrup or something like that old, I would like, fuck it, throw it away. I'm buying new stuff. But the tablets and shit, I would have taken it.
We tossed them all. And I quickly took the dogs out and went upstairs. I was like, next thing you know, she's going to tell me to go to like some 24-hour CVS.
And get some new stuff.
I was like, let me take the dogs out. Oh, good night.
I'll be back with the milk and a carton of cigarettes.
Yeah. So that was that.
Oh my.
Yep.
You had an eventful day.
I did have an event. We were up pretty early too. We got our pumpkins today. It's Matttober soon, so you need your pumpkins for Halloween.
Barb's doing that this week.
And you need to get them. You need to have some enjoyment out of them before they fucking get all soft and mushy, and right up to Halloween. So
yeah, before the kids come up and smash them up against your house or some shit like that. Yeah.
And we don't live in an era anymore where you can just go get a fucking orange pumpkin and be done with it. You know what I mean? It's just we have advanced as a society. I have gourds out front. I have little white pumpkins and I have little orange pumpkins.
So there's not just orange pumpkins anymore. Yeah, there's white pumpkins too that you have to buy and put out
there. I got a whole spread out there. And I'll tell you what though. We lived closer to Boston a couple years ago, 3-4 years ago. And we were looking at pumpkins and we found a very nice pumpkin. And it was like done at like some church or something like that. And you bring it up there and I said, how much is this pumpkin? I think we talked about this on the show. $75 for one pumpkin. And my wife is usually the one not to balk at exorbitant prices. She probably would have bought it if it was $40. At $75, she got mad and she just walked away. So today, we got 2 big pumpkins, probably another 8 to 12 assorted little mini type gourds and white pumpkins. $63 for everything. $63. And I kept saying to her, I can't believe that one place wanted to charge us $75 for one pumpkin.
I can't believe you paid that much for fucking. I mean, Barb goes to the grocery store. She'll get pumpkins, I don't know, a couple of days before. Well, she's got some now, but I mean, I don't know, $5-10, something like that.
Your bar probably settles at 2 or 3. I mean, I told you,
yeah.
I got a whole fucking supply out here.
That's true.
I can put them in a pumpkin launcher.
Yeah,
I'm sure they'll be on. I'm sure they're on. They will be or are already on Instagram, on Lynn's Instagram. But
I need to check.
But yeah, I'm surprised they're not on there.
Maybe they need to age a day or two before she puts it on there.
Yeah. Oh, we also bought a what do they call those fall flowers? They're kind of bushy.
Mums?
Mums. Yeah, we also bought mums.
Yeah. Yeah, Barb's got mums.
Yeah. So
we get the mums outside.
And then whatever taxes, on that comes to, it was like $63.
And then you got the corn stalks and shit
she
that
did
we'll be getting.
She did buy. She did buy 5 ears of corn as well. So all that, under $65. But I could have just went there and got a nice, round pumpkin for $10 and been done with it. Their prices for a very big pumpkin I thought was pretty reasonable. It's anywhere between like $6.50 and $10. This was at a farm.
So,
I bought it right from the farm. The people that grew it. It wasn't like I was at a supermarket or anything.
So let me be Matt here.
Yep.
Okay. And say a few things. Mm-hmm. Your house is back, tuckered away.
Yep.
Where no one's going to see any of this stuff, correct?
Right. No one comes to the door for Halloween here, no.
So
it's for our pleasure. It's our pleasure. And they don't go in the trash at the end. We donate them all to the local farms here so their animals will eat them.
Yeah, for compost and shit. Well, okay, yeah, but it's funny because no one's going to see it except for you guys. I mean, Mike, I expect you every morning to walk outside and say,
God damn, those are some good-looking pumpkins.
Those are good-looking pumpkins. that I love it. I just, yeah.
That's a nice assortment of pumpkins.
That looks great. All you need is, I know you don't drink coffee, but you can just out in the morning, drink a couple of coffees, like, oh my God.
Take a long hit on your coffee.
Yeah.
Right.
Damn, those pumpkins look good. Yeah. Yep. There you go.
Well, so Barb is doing some pumpkin shopping this week?
Yeah, this week she'll be going out and getting pumpkins, everything put out for her. She already bought mums, but she'll be going out this week getting pumpkins and stuff. And
is this now built into? Is this built into her allowance, or is this another, per diem that you've given her?
This is a stipend. This is a stipend that she gets for holiday spending.
Okay.
So, yeah, this is a stipend she gets. Yeah. Holiday spending money. This is on top of her allowance.
Holy shit. And you still get laid, huh? Every now and then? That didn't sound too convincing, dude.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, fuck. Jesus Christ.
If everyone thinks we're fucking serious, I give her like a fucking allowance, and that's all she gets. I just all these years, people probably think you seen the movie Living with the Enemy, or what the hell's that with Julia Roberts and that dude, where the guy's like real strict on how things are supposed to look and doing stuff. People probably think of that me, like I'm like that with Barb. I don't let her leave and do stuff and all this stuff.
Because there was one incident that happened that provoked all this. I can't remember what it was. She'd buy a dress that was too expensive, or wine, or something. There was some sort of incident that you fucking were like, I can't believe she dropped. No, it was something with the ATM that she took out a whole amount of money, which I want to say was like $50 or $75 or something.
Yeah. I think she like fat fingered the ATM or something like that, and I've taken out more than what it was, and she just like pocketed the rest or something like that. But there was that time. There was that time. God, that you bring up that dress. That time when she bought that dress, and she went down. She showed me. I was like, oh, it's okay.
Can't believe I was there for that. I mean, it wasn't on camera, so I couldn't see the dress, but I could hear it.
Yeah, that's right.
It wasn't like one of these things where I'm like making up the story. I literally was there. And maybe I did see. Maybe you were on camera. For some reason, I remember it being blue. Was it a blue dress?
It might have. Yeah, it might have been.
I don't know if I saw the picture later, and that's why I know it was a blue
Maybe that's
dress.
what it was. Maybe that's what it was. Yeah, that's probably what it was.
But I was definitely gaming with you that day. I don't think we were podcasting.
No, we weren't podcasting, but we were gaming.
Right.
And she came down with that on. I was like, it's okay or whatever.
You didn't mute yourself.
I was like, it's okay. I don't know. I mean, yeah, you're right, Mike. Do I get laid?
You got away with words there, sir. You got away with words.
Oh God.
That's when she was giving you a layup there to be like, Edward Scissorhands, or Taylor. Well, let me just take it up here a little bit and here.
Yeah. What if I did? I'll come take the dress back then.
You need to be a little quicker on your feet.
Well, Well, that's what, yeah. Yeah, I've heard that before.
All right. What have you been playing this week, sir? Anything of note?
Destiny 2, the new Season of the Lost. You and I played a little bit the other night, and Chase joined us in and was playing all together, doing some stuff and that. I don't know, I'm enjoying this season. The activities don't seem tedious to do. I know it's a lot repetitive. A lot of stuff doing over again. Like last time we played, I was like, well, I've done this before. It's like, well, yeah, we probably did do this before, and we're going to do it again. But I'm enjoying it. I think the fun is back into it. There's some nice new weapons that are good to get and fun to play with. I've got a pretty good character build going on right now that I'm happy and enjoying. It seems fun, my character build, so I'm enjoying that. That's what I've been doing. Is a lot of Destiny. Playing that. I haven't really played anything else. I need to get back. I thought about this morning maybe doing some Fight Simulator because I haven't filmed and playing in a while.
Fight
I'd like
Simulator?
to do that again. Mm-hmm. I love that's a great game.
Oh,
that's a nice
flight simulator. I thought you said Fight Simulator.
No. Flight Simulator. Yeah, Flight. No. Yeah, no, I need to play that again because that's a fun, relaxing game to go and just fly around and cruise and shit, man. It's really cool.
How low can you get to the houses?
You can get real low.
But the houses,
you can get like 100 feet.
So how do they handle the houses? Are they the real houses? Or are they just fictitious or what? They got to be fake.
Well, it's based on the satellite image from Bing because it's Microsoft, so using Bing instead of Google Maps. So it's based off of that, and they kind of do like a projection up of that house, or like if you're flying through like downtown Cincinnati, they're like projections up. Okay, so, and they're not perfect.
So if you tried to land it on your house, what would happen?
You would crash. It would crash. Yeah, you couldn't do that. It would crash. I mean, you could try and go and fly into a building or some shit like that, and it's going to crash. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I mean, you should try. I mean, it's Game Pass. You should give it a try. Just download it and give it a try. It's fun. It's a fun, relaxing game.
I would get motion sickness. I could tell.
I forgot about that. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, you might. Yeah. Even with the third person, I mean, I can see in the cabin view you could do that, but even in third person view, you think you might get motion sick doing that?
I don't know. It's not a big. I don't know. If someone had it installed and I happen to be like, hey, just take this. If I was like a game show or PAX or something like that. Hey, just come over and grab the controller. I'm already in air, and just take control a little bit and start flying around. Yeah, but the whole like the landing and takeoff and all that crap. I could see.
I still can't land. I still can't land a plane without crashing fucking something up. I can take off easy enough, but landing, I can't land.
I think it's huge.
That's hard.
It's a huge miss, and maybe you're going to tell me it exists, but I think it's a huge miss that you can't have another person come into the cockpit with you. I mean, you can have people like podcasting or doing, what do they call it? What they used to call that? Role playing, right? How
role playing,
like you do in like GTA, and people did it in Ark and stuff like that. If you could have like a whole like conversation, like somewhat realistic to flying, or just in that environment, you know what I mean? It just there's no multiplayer aspect at all, right? You can have no one join you at the cabin, right?
Right. No, you can't. But that would be. I mean, could you imagine the fucking nights we would have, you and me flying around?
Right. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It seems like the game is like, I know it's simulator, so it has to be more like a simulation rather than an arcade experience. But if they could just have a separate mode and let their hair down a little bit, you could have someone else in the cockpit. I think it would be a perfect role playing type scenario. You could have some good shit going on.
I could just imagine if you was my co-pilot.
Now, of course, you could sort of simulate that to an extent, right? You could put it in cabin view. And when you're in cabin view, you don't see yourself, right? You just see the controls.
Yeah, you just see you see all the shit in front of you. And you can, it's easier. Mouse and keyboard is definitely easier, but there's, all the controls and buttons that you can flip and switch and do stuff. Or you can set a lot of that shit to automatic. You can set it all to just like, all right, you're a real pilot. You got to fucking flip this switch. You got to do this. You got to do that. You got to navigate to here. You got to set your course, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Or you can play the way I play, where it's just like, all right, I want to fly and take off.
So you'd really have to go outside. You'd really have to, I think to Mark's point in chat here, you could have someone else in the party with you and pretend that they're like at tower, like, in the tower, ground control and shit like that, talking to you. But if you also put it in sort of cabin view where you're just looking at the controls and you're looking out and you never see the person to the right of you, you could simulate it that way too.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
If you're in the cabin though, did you see your hands?
No, you don't see your hands, but you see, the yoke of the plane. Or you can turn that. You can turn that off too.
Do you ever see a character at all on the plane? I
never have. No.
All right. So
no.
That takes away a little bit. If you could go like outside, right, and adjust. Can you, when you ever go? So what is the view where you're outside?
Like a third person view where you see the whole plane.
And then does it ever allow you to swing the camera around front to see the plane?
Yeah. It does,
but you could see the two people inside. Right? You could see the two pilots.
When you do that, there is a guy sitting there. There's the pilot. There's one guy, the pilot sitting there.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. If you could have two people in there, occasionally swinging around front, you know what I mean? That just seems like there's an opportunity. I know that Simulator's got a big audience. It's a niche audience, but
I think that could be a fun night where it's like, hey, all right, you, me, Chase, Chaos here, like, all right, you know what? I'm going to fly you guys from Cincinnati to fucking Mexico, and we all get in the plane and fly. That could be an interesting time.
Yeah. And you can't even have someone else fly in your game, right? You see other planes when you fly?
You do. There is a multiplayer, but
it's random. Like you can't predict.
Yeah, I can't.
It feels like it's almost like that Sea of Thieves thing, like where you see other people in your game, but you can't control who's in your game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if you go in that mode,
like the ships that attack you, you never can control who the other ships that you let into your that are in your world or universe. Just very like Destiny, like in some of those areas where it's open to the public. You can't control it. Just whatever the system.
It just
populates.
It's like a public server. Yeah. Public server, and it's going to show up. And I know you can do. You can turn on like real time air traffic. Mm-hmm. So like if I fly from Cincinnati Airport and I put on real time air traffic, there might be other planes there that I have to kind of fly around or whatever. So
yeah. Team Chaos Story says, I think people do have role-playing service. Oh, I'm sure. And I think that's to my point earlier where people really got to... You don't see those people. It's just over the air. It just comms at that point, right? Like if you ever do you ever see a tower?
Well, you see the towers because of the maps and stuff. You see towers. Yes.
But I think the role playing this is me seeing it. This is me making a comment without seeing it. But you'd have to just be, like it says, role playing. Use your imagination. There's not a lot of visualizing what you see in front of you. It's just someone else who's there in the Discord with you that you're streaming, playing the role of a tower control or something like that.
Well, but yeah, but I think though if you went to like a multiplayer session, you'd actually see, like, you and I could get into a multiplayer session and we could have both our planes flying around. I would see you and you would see me.
So that does exist.
So there is that, okay, where we would see, there is something like that. Because I've seen it on YouTube, unless it's a special server or something like that, but I've seen it on YouTube, that Jeff Fabiano guy.
So Team Cast does that. I think there are multiplayer multiple players flying around, though I don't think they can actually interact with each other's planes. Yeah. Well, we've probably beaten up Flight Simulator there pretty good, but I just think there's an opportunity for us layman pilots to do some goofy shit in the air that I wish they would incorporate in their game. Is I think the point I want to make.
Yeah.
So those are the only thing. Destiny was the only thing you did this week. I played Destiny 3 nights with you this week: Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday.
Yeah,
Yeah, Barb went out Friday night and she worked this weekend. Yep. So you had all sorts of free time, and we did a bunch of Destiny. I finished some sort of campaign stuff from the last DLC, and we did a bunch of astral alignments for that main quest line this season, which has like 53 steps. I think I'm somewhere creeping around mid to high 20s right now.
I want to say I think he was at 27 or something. I think.
Yes,
I think.
And I got my character up to, I want to say 1275.
Yeah.
Seems right. You mean you've been stuck on 1333 for a bit. It's very hard to level up, I assume, once you get that high.
Yeah, because I gotta go for pinnacle gear and powerful gear and all that stuff, and it goes slowly now. Yeah. The soft cap is 1220, and then the hard cap is 13 something. So, or I'm sorry, 1320 is the soft cap, and I want to say 1330 or something is the hard cap. But with my power level and stuff, and it goes up a little bit. So,
I heard about your soft cap going up a little bit.
Yeah, Barb complains about that.
Team Chaos Theory says one day you'll be 1337, which means elite. You'll be elite.
Be elite.
Yep.
Didn't even think about that.
Mm-hmm.
What else you been playing, Mike? You getting into that Deathloop or anything? Or
get that yet? I have not purchased Deathloop. I did buy that Kina Bridge of Spirits. I think Eric and I think have been mispronouncing it. And so it's like Tina with the K, Kina.
Okay.
I heard other people in the game reference her, or I think she might have even said her name, and it's Kina. And I would say, I'm only about an hour and a half, 2 hours in. I played it on Tuesday, and I meant to play it more, but just did Destiny the rest of the week. And my quick analysis of the game, like from a play style, it feels like, a Souls, not as hard as a Souls game, but maybe it gets harder at some point. But it has a Souls element to it with like a Pikmin vibe. You know? So you collect these rots, those little furry black characters. And I think maybe you can have 15 at a time that can come with you in the game, and you can control them and they can do things for you. So essentially you're going through these forests and woods or whatever, and there's all sorts of, dark and fiery areas, and you battle monsters or enemies to turn them back to pretty lush areas. And you use these rots, you can throw them into certain things, and they make them explode, and they bring the colors back. I think it looks fucking beautiful, first of all. The combat seems really clean. I've read a lot of reviews and saying if you liked PS2 platformers, this is perfect for you. It doesn't feel like a dated experience to me quite yet. So maybe that's a compliment if you say it harkens back to the PS2 era. Visually, certainly it doesn't. Maybe gameplay-wise for some of those games during the PS2 and original Xbox era, I was more playing sports games, so I might not be the biggest expert on those types of games from that era. But, I know there was some talk of being a cheaper game at $39.99, and then the reviews didn't come out until a couple hours before the game released or right at the game released, and people were raising all these red flags, and just like the gaming community ought to do, pouring cold water on a lot of these situations that maybe should be looked at with a different color lens. And the game is reviewed very, very well. It's got a lot of 8.5s, 9s. I'm not sure if anybody really gave it a 10, but not every game needs to be a 10. But it's there's no shame in having 8.5s and 9s. And And I'm enjoying it, man, for sure. And I look forward to this week when I'm off and the kids are at school and have a little bit of free time to dive into some more of it. But it's, it's a hack and slash. You got a heavy attack, a light attack. You can block. It's got all the usual sort of fighting, attributes at your disposal, and you level up your character as you go, and you can cute little hats on the rots. So yeah, I'm digging it, man.
I know Goth liked it. He really.
I was going to ask you about that, yeah, but I was curious. It doesn't seem like his type of game. Like he likes to play things where you can sort of grind out and not play something that you just you play through story based and then you're done with it. But he thought it was good.
Yeah, he played it for a couple of days this past week, and he really enjoyed it. He thought it was a great game. He was happy with it.
Cool, yeah. Cool. Yeah, yep. I mean, fucking, that's that studio's first game I think they've ever put. Obviously those people probably worked on something else, working at other studios, but as them coming together as one studio, this is their first game. So I thought it was
that's pretty good.
Really, really good. So yeah, I'm looking forward to diving into more of that. And then I played a little bit of the Halo Infinite Flight, their little test that they do. I've only played the bots so far. I haven't played any 4v4 against real players. I've only played bots. And, it seems like a competent game. I didn't notice anything wonky about it. The environment, it looked fucking phenomenal. Smooth play. The maps. One map was like a typical Halo map that I say, yeah, this reminds me of Halo. And then the other map that I played was maybe more, reminded me like some sort of knockoff of like a Call of Duty map, like kind of like inner city, a lot of like, steps and rooftops that you could jump over and shit like that. So look at him. Look, Eric has made an appearance, sir.
In the house, bro.
He just got done working out in the gym, so he had to get cleaned up.
Nah, none of that.
You just got back
working maybe.
Just got back from Buffalo, or was the game in Washington today?
It was in Buffalo, but who cares?
Oh. So good timing, Eric. We were just talking about what we've been playing. Talked a lot about Destiny and Flight Simulator, but I was also talking about Kena. Bridge of Spirits.
Oh, yes, sir.
We finally figured out the way to pronounce this. It's like Tina, but with a K, so Kena.
Right.
So I know you were hyped about it. I saw you tweeted the studio that was that developed this. What are your thoughts?
Hey man, for a first time effort, I think it's fantastic. That thing is great. It looks good, and it shows that they worked in animation. You could tell that these guys are up on their animation, and it's really awesome. The gameplay is the only thing that's missing is the fighting element of it. It could be a little bit more in depth, but other than that, man, I think it's a real solid first time outing.
How far along have you got in the game?
I've been like maybe 3 hours into it.
Okay, I stopped.
I'm gonna play some tonight.
Yeah, me too. I stopped somewhere around, I don't know, like that first. Like you just like that area that you got to right after you got to town, right? And then you go to that blue area to get the brother. Yeah. And it was like that first big boss there, and it had like all the other enemies popped up, but you had sort of like one big boss that you had to take down. It's not an easy game at sometimes, You got to get that. You got to get that parry down, that block. Just
with the bubble goes around.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm seeing the 77 still in the box. What's going on?
Well, I told you, I'm waiting for the electrician. I got a lot of work to. I want to make sure it's done right. It's
okay.
You missed.
Eric, that's actually that's his second one. He bought two.
I can't have.
That's another TV.
I can't
big
have
ball and shot calling.
I can't have just you be the only one with two TVs. It's got to be.
That's what's up. Hey,
the same one from last week. That's a new one back there.
277s on the wall.
That's what's up. I mean, hey, I can't knock that, bro. Yeah. But Kena, though, man, Kena, great choice, man. They knocked it out the box, and I'm happy for that Ember Labs. And I know Kena 2 is just going to be out of control.
$40, right? People were worried about the price tag, saying,
I was.
Why was it, you know? And then people were concerned about reviews hitting at the same time the game came out. You know, what are they hiding? That's a bad sign. It's getting really good. Man. It's getting really good reviews.
Yeah, I'm digging it.
Yeah. So what have you been playing this week besides that? Anything else?
That's it, really. I play some Overwatch, but I always play that, but just kind of.
Overwatch lost another big director
person.
This week. Yeah. What's going on?
But he alluded to. No, I'm not worried. He alluded to that the game is in its final stages and it's good. Mm-hmm. So I'm not worried about Overwatch so much.
Okay. What character you usually run with again?
I run with Soldier 76. I guess because he's real basic, but that's my dude.
All right. Cosplay as him a little bit at night.
Negative.
John is like, what's going on? Hey, baby, I'm Soldier 76.
Okay. John would be like, get out of here. John would be like, get out of here with that foolishness. Yeah.
That foolishness.
That's right. But yeah, man. It's all good. Everything's good, man.
Okay. How was your week? Good?
Just busy, man. You know, just busy, and this area is just busy, man. A lot of nuts, bro. You know, a lot of crazy people.
You got more responsibility.
Yeah, crazy people all over the place, man. It's getting colder, I guess, and the crazies are coming out. You would think they would come out when it was hot, but I guess it's too hot for crazy.
Yeah.
But they're coming out now.
Speaking of hotness, coming out this week, Hot Wheels Unleashed. Is anybody picking this up? I'm hearing, I'm not hearing good things about it. I'm not hearing one way or the other, but they've certainly been hyping this one up a little bit. I remember having a Hot Wheels game a few years ago in the 360 era that I enjoyed.
I remember them putting Hot Wheels. Didn't they put it in Forza? I think.
They did.
Yeah. Forza did. Yeah.
I never could find the content. That was one of the game. I never could fucking find where the fuck is it. But yeah, the Hot Wheels Unleashed coming out on the 30th, just in time for Mattober. I got to keep my eye on it and see how it is. Some good.
I can't see it for $70, but maybe what is it?
I'm not sure if it's a $70 game. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm definitely not seeing it for $70.
And that new it's an arcade racer, but it just came to the Switch. Is getting good reviews too. That Cruisin' something. I'm hearing nothing but great things on that. They say it's the Fast and Furious racing game that we never knew we needed. Cruisin' Blast or something along those lines.
I'll take it.
Might have to check that out on the 77 inches when it pops up. Get some nice racing going on. Oh man.
77
I don't want to recycle topics and conversations, but I just want to get your input. You can see the width of this room, right?
Yeah, and I can see the width of that TV too. That thing is massive, bro.
But the Klipsch Cinema 1200 soundbar with the subwoofer, 1200 watts in here. Would I be just plastered up against that wall? Would I just?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah. And look, I don't know how you can contain yourself. That stuff would be up. Damn the electrician. I put it on the stand. It can fit on that stand right there, right?
Yeah, but we'd have to go. But I don't know. I would. I don't want to, put the legs on. Then you got to take them off, and they got all that shit over there. He's supposed to come this week or next week. He said end of September, early October. So this week or next week. I'm hoping this week when I'm on vacation, because he's got to do a bunch of stuff upstairs too, power wise. Got to get some outlets put in, closets, shit like that.
I got an electrician. Coming too.
Yeah.
For my gym, but it's my son, so I'm good.
I got a bunch. I got two because we sold the house down the Cape. But those stick vacuums, I forget what's the company? What's the
Dyson sticks?
Yeah. And I'm tired of just having them like in a corner somewhere.
I put them on the wall.
Well, I got a closet. I got a couple closets, but who fucking makes a closet with no outlets in it? Some goddamn outlets put in these closets. so I can have it tucked away, and while it's tucked away, it's charging.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Kind of smart.
I mean, it's the closets have lights in them. Why is there no fucking outlet?
Oh, there you go.
Because until now, no one's had to plug anything into their closet until they.
Nobody had stick vacuums back in the day.
Yeah.
Don't you know there's certain toys that sometimes are in closets that need a USB charge? I need power.
Yeah, late.
I tell you what, and it's a pain in the ass when you pull those toys out and they're not charged and ready to go.
It is a disappointment.
It sucks.
Wow.
Eric doesn't know anything about you. You're embarrassing Eric.
No, I don't know anything about that.
It's a hell of a thing.
Let's get into some of the news, shall we?
Ooh, news.
Really? Okay, do you hear what he just said? Do you hear what he just said, why don't you, for once in your life, just do the fucking news? All right, no. I'm gonna do the fucking news. No, here is the fucking news.
All right. The PS Plus lineup, gentlemen, has been leaked like a poor condom, and it's been leaked. First, we'll give you the terrible analogy. Jesus Christ.
I love it, though.
The PS4 games, of course, you can play these on the PS5. Mortal Kombat X and PGA Tour 2K21. You're going to get those on the PS4. Now, the PS4...
I would play that.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's good.
Yeah, that's pretty solid.
You're going to get a brand new game for the PS5. It's called Hell Let Loose. It's a multiplayer tactical first-person shooter. Sees players fight in the battles in the western and eastern fronts of World War II. It's been out on PC since the summer, but it's not coming to consoles until October 5th. So, brand new game. You're getting it free on the PS5 if you get PlayStation Plus. Again, it's called Hell Let Loose. Has anybody seen any streamers play that? People that have been playing, PUBG or the Battlefields. Anybody been playing Hell Let Loose?
I'm about to look it up now, see what it looks like.
Yeah, I haven't seen anybody talking about it or anything like that, but that is the game that you are getting. Now, for those that can see the planner, I think we're going to hold off the Nintendo Direct to the end because that's where we're going to spend the most time chatting. So I'll jump to story 3 here. The initiative. We're hearing, Eric, about all these stories, about all the studios that Microsoft has acquired, right? And we know the initiative is working on Perfect Dark, okay? But they have realized that they need help. They can't make this game on their own. And instead of going to one of their internal studios at Microsoft, instead they have tapped Crystal Dynamics, of course, the people that work on the Tomb Raider games, to assist them with making the Perfect Dark remake. The announcement says, Perfect Dark update. We are partnering with Crystal Dynamics, the world-class team behind character-driven games such as Tomb Raider, to bring this first-person spy thriller to a new generation. The teams couldn't pass up a chance to work together. We're still early in development, but incredibly excited to see this unique opportunity to deliver on the vision of Perfect Dark. What's your take on that? Okay, whatever it takes to get it done. Who cares who they're working with?
Yeah, I don't care. Studios have worked together in the past. I don't really care if they, take their time and get it right and, have more eyes on it. You know what I mean? So I'm cool with that, big time.
Okay, Matt, I'll play devil's advocate here, and you can tell me if you agree or disagree. The story broke on a Thursday night, right around the same time that everybody was chatting about Nintendo Direct. Okay, so Microsoft knew the story probably was going to be reacted to less than favorable, and so they put the story out. It's sort of like when the Red Sox or a sports team fires someone or gets rid of someone or lets a player go. They do it like late on a Friday afternoon, especially around the time that maybe some other team in town is having something good go on. They try to sneak this sort of like press briefing in real quick. What is your take? Much to do with nothing. Who cares who they work with? Or you think this is a bad sign? This is supposed to be their flagship studio. This is like Sony Santa Monica saying, we need Crystal Dynamics to finish Uncharted 5?
I think they did like what you said. They tried to kind of just blow it off, late Friday, news story. All right, here we go. We're doing this. But I mean, I don't see it as a big issue. I'm surprised it's not getting more traction from people and stuff like that. But you're going to do what you're going to do to get shit done and finish stuff up and combine with people. And
I guess the guy who heads up the initiative worked at Crystal Dynamics for like 10 years. So that's how they came together with the partnership to work on the game. I just find it odd. I just find it odd that you have, how many studios they have now, 16, 18 or so, and you have to go out to a non-Microsoft owned studio to help finish the game. And again, when you're supposed to be the big flagship studio for Xbox, and this is the first game you're working on, and then you're publicly admitting like, hey, we need another studio to come in and help us with this game. It
does. Yeah, you can argue that, or Microsoft spent all this money buying all these different studios and stuff like that, and they still need someone else to do something. They couldn't just, hey, Bethesda, hey guys, can you help here? We need a couple of guys here to help finish this and fix this up.
I'm sure at the end of the day, it's going to be much about nothing. The game will be fine. Probably won't come out for a long time, I imagine, though. I think 2023 is the first time you'll see this game. Moving on, I know you guys are big Star Wars heads. Star Wars is working, there's another game coming out, another Star Wars game. I think off the top of my head, we have the Lego Star Wars thing with all the Star Wars games, right?
Yep.
The studio that did The Division, massive.
Yep.
They're working on a Star Wars game. There's going to be a Jedi Fallen Order 2, which is Respawn. So that's 3 Star Wars games.
Awesome.
And now we have a 4th one from Quantic Dream, who did the last game they worked on was Detroit Become Human. Before that, they worked on Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls. So Dual Shockers and Kotaku are reporting that they are now working on a Star Wars game, and it is not going to be a heavy QuickTime event Star Wars game like their past games have been. So, if you've played Detroit Become Human or Beyond Two Souls, there's a lot of QuickTime events in Quantic Dream's games. This one is supposedly more of a traditional action game. Don't have much news beyond that. It's now 4 games, and so like I sort of felt earlier in our career here at Bad Fodder Figure, said we were going to have oversaturation in Marvel movies. Do you feel did you feel like they're going to too many Star Wars games and people are just going to be like, ho hum, here's another Star Wars game? Do we need?
I was just saying, we had.
Go ahead.
The same thing we had a couple years ago, like zombie games. Zombie games was the thing. Everyone was doing zombies and stuff like that. A little bit oversaturation there, but
yeah. I
think people come to expect it, don't they?
It's a big title, and I'm just wondering, there's more Star Wars movies in the being worked on right now, right? That's not dead, right? Are they still? I know they're working on those TV shows like The Mandalorian and shit like that. Mm-hmm. But are they working on another Star Wars movie proper? They have to be, right? That's
a cash grab right there.
Those things are just printing money. So you wonder if some of these games are going to tie into one of the movies coming out, or if not related, just timed to hit the hype. Maximum hype. Right. Okay, we got Mandalorian season blah blah blah, and this is going to come out at the same time. Even though they don't have anything to do with each other, it's just more hype around the franchise. I don't know. To me, I say a good game is a good game, regardless if it's Star Wars or some brand new IP. If someone can knock it out of the park, I'm down for playing it. Doesn't really doesn't have to be a Star Wars game for me to enjoy it, but I guess we're all kids of the 80s somewhat familiar with that. It pulls on the heartstrings of nostalgia feels. Even though Matt's more of a Trekkie, right? Is that what Trekkie is? Yeah.
That's what that is.
Live long and prosper.
My kids can't do that. They get pissed off when I can do that. Can you guys do that? No problem?
Yeah.
Boom. got tuck. The big thing is to tuck the thumb in, though. You got to tuck the thumb.
Tuck the thumb and then
Tuck the thumb in.
I got to make sure I'm just doing it like this and not going like this. Jesus Christ!
I don't think is the thumb tucked in when they do that.
I don't know. I am. For me, I do it.
It looks better like that.
Yeah, that looks more.
Can you do it with both hands? I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it with both hands though.
Hey, real quick, hell let loose looks like Battlefield. I'm just saying.
Say that again, Eric. What looks like Battlefield?
Hell let loose looks just like Battlefield.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's clean though. It's clean. It's clean looking.
Now is where we're going to get into some shit here. We're going to talk about the Nintendo Direct. Okay, a lot to unpack here. Let's hit up some of the big shit first. There's going to be a new price model for Nintendo Online. Right, so right now, Eric, I think it's $20 a year.
Mm-hmm.
And it's supposed to go up to $50 if you want.
Oh.
I don't think you're being forced to go to 50, but I think it's
what does 50 get you?
The update includes a new membership plan called Expansion Pack. You're going to get the N64 games and Sega Genesis games. Comes out in late October. The N64 games will include 4-player online.
That might be nice to have. I don't know, Eric.
So you're talking what? How much does that break down a month? Right?
What, $50?
Yeah, it's like $4.10, $4.
$4.10.
That's something cheaper than your goddamn Hulu subscription.
Yeah. So, and again, the sort of asterisk here is that their online is not robust like Xbox and PlayStation, where you got to do all your chatting and shit on like via phone and stuff like that. There's no just like, hey, jump into a party and let's go. It's convoluted, to put it nicely. But it's going to go up in price if you want it. And you can also order right now or soon N64 controllers that will work with it, as well as a Sega Genesis controller.
The wireless ones, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. Now, here's the other big thing that came out. First of all, we talk about that. Sega Genesis and N64, I've never played on either of those systems when they first came out. Was doing other stuff in my life. Didn't play those. You guys played those, right?
Yeah, big time.
Something you feel that people should be able to go back and play? Some good stuff there? Some good games?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like Eric. I know Eric's answer on this. I got an emulator. I can play those games right now if I want to.
Not just that. The thing about that is, I've been so spoiled with the way things are now. Playing Mario 64 doesn't do it for me because I played it already. Maybe somebody like you, Mike, could get something out of it, or I know your like your youngest son, he probably would get something out of it. But I've been there, done that.
So you're getting Mario Kart 64, Zelda, or
Ocarina of Time.
Ocarina of Time. Things. Yep.
That was a great game.
Star Fox 64, Mario Tennis, Dr. Mario 64, Super Mario 64, Yoshi's Story, and a whole bunch of others, right?
All those are fantastic. But I don't even see myself. My Switch probably is the least played system I have.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that. But I think there is some nostalgia to that going on with some of these games and stuff. Because I know I like to get on my Switch and I like to just play regular old Mario or a regular old Zelda, just to go back and play those games and have fun with that. And I can see going back and playing.
So I think for nostalgia feel for sure. No one's confirmed. Yeah. I'm on Nintendo's site right now that they haven't confirmed that it's $50. I think that might have been speculation by journalists. They said the new membership plan is coming in late October. So I hear that. Yeah, Matt, just as you talk about not playing the Switch as much, and Eric mentioned it too, you can pair your Xbox headset to your Switch Lite.
Oh, really?
Bluetooth, because it's Bluetooth.
One if it works better.
Yeah. Too soon. There's going to be a Mario Mario animated show or movie coming out. Have you guys heard about this?
Yes.
Let's talk about this here a little bit. Chris Pratt is going to be Mario.
Why?
Who Miyamoto said he's going to be talking a lot in the show, the movie, whatever it is. Some of these other people I know and don't know. I don't know who Anya Taylor-Joy is. She's going to be Princess Peach. Of course, I know Charlie Day. He's going to be Luigi. Jack Black is Bowser. Keegan-Michael Kay is Toad. Seth Rogen will be Donkey Kong. And the guy who is traditionally Mario, Charles Martinet.
Martinet, yeah.
He's going to be in the game, but he's going to be playing himself. He's going to be in the movie, and he'll be playing himself. And there'll be some other surprise cameos as well. Now, again, this is
Charlie Day from His Son in Philadelphia is going to be Luigi.
Again, this is just voice. There's not going to be any visuals to this, right? So it's all going to be animated. So it's not you're going to see Chris
voice.
Pratt.
Why not use Charles Martinet as the voice of Mario? Because that's what we know who's Mario, you know?
Because they probably want to sell it to a wide audience, and Chris Pratt, Hollywood name.
Is a name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, I'll watch it. You know, I don't know where it's coming out.
But
I don't know where it's coming out and what the cost is or anything like that. But, you know, it's got because it seems like such an odd pairing, like Chris Pratt as Mario. Like, I just have to hear that or watch that just to see how bad. Like, my interest is piqued. And maybe that's what they were after, you know.
That wouldn't be my first pick, though.
No, it would not. I mean, if anything, I would think, you know, someone who's really good at voices and doing different things, a la like Robin Williams was. Can you picture like Robin Williams as a Mario? Like I could
picture Jack Black
That's
doing
what I was
anything in that.
Yeah.
I can see him doing Bowser big time.
And I'm not saying Jack Black is the genius that Robin Williams was, but I think
He's
Jack
versatile.
Black. I think he's versatile, and I think he's funny. I think he would be a better Mario than Chris Pratt. Maybe Chris Pratt will kill it for all I know. But that was I was like, wow, why wouldn't they do something like Jack Black? But maybe he'll be better as Bowser. Who knows?
Yeah.
Other things that were announced: Splatoon 3. They showed some more of that. If anybody cares? You know, Splatoon's a pretty good game. It's hard to believe they're already on 3. But it looks like that's still no date beyond 2022 at this particular point. And you're going to be in Ink City, I believe. Oh no, so I'm sorry, Splatsville. The game is based in Splatsville, and it has the return of the Mama Aliens. Not sure how you pronounce that.
Mammalians.
Mammalians? Yeah.
Let's see what else is happening here. Animal Crossing is getting a free update, and there'll be an Animal Crossing Direct coming in October. So be on the lookout for that, Matt.
I'll check that out.
One of my favorite Nintendo franchises, Eric, is Kirby.
Yeah, I like Kirby.
And so Kirby in the Forgotten Land, you're going to laugh when I say this. This almost looks like Kirby invaded like an animated world of The Last of Us. Right?
Yeah.
I'm getting some like Last of Us vibes in this fucking area, man. And so Kirby, the Forgotten Land, it's not coming out till spring 2022. Tell me about Chocobo. Is this a franchise that I should know?
Chocobos were in Final Fantasy.
Okay. And is this
the birds that was in Final Fantasy?
Has there been some other sort of Chocobo racer before?
I think there's been. Yeah.
So it's a franchise. So Chocobo GP Grand Prix, Chocobo Grand Prix is coming out.
Basically it's Mario Kart, but it's Chocobo instead of Mario.
Yeah. That will be sometime in 2022. There was something happening on October 5th. Was that already the Horizon, the Animal Crossing? And I think the other big thing here was the Bayonetta 3. Where are you in the Bayonetta franchise, Eric?
I've played it.
The first one came out on all the consoles, didn't it?
I think it started on Sega, right? Genesis back in the day, didn't it?
I thought you could have played Bayonetta 1 on either Xbox or PlayStation. And then when they came out with Bayonetta 2, because Platinum Games makes Bayonetta, right?
Okay, yeah, maybe
and
so.
I thought
You're right.
And I thought Bayonetta 2 was available just on the Wii U. I thought the first Bayonetta you could play everywhere. You know, every time I see the picture of her, I just think of that senator. Where's Bo Bobert from? Is she from Montana or something like that?
Somewhere like that, yeah.
I can't. She's like a mix of her and that chick from Alaska. Like the visual appearance is like, you know, if you took that lady who was running for VP and that senator and you mashed them up, she's like the chick from Bayonetta.
That game that's coming out on the PlayStation reminds me of Bayonetta. What was the name of it? Do you remember?
Was that Forspoken? Something like that?
No, the other one. Was it Eve? No, I don't know what it was. But it gave me vibes of Bayonetta. Bayonetta's a good series, but I think it's I'm not a big fan of it. Like people go crazy over it.
Mm-hmm. You got to have these strong, powerful women, you know, in some of these games.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, can't all just be about, you know, Kratos. You know what I mean? You got to have your.
There's a lot of strong women in Overwatch. If you check that out. Right. Boom, Overwatch plug. Boom.
All right, Team Chaos Theory signing off. Says he's got some Chinese food with the girl. Nice. He's got to go. So
yeah, gotta go, man.
You enjoy that. Night. You enjoy that. Oh, and here's the last thing that the final Super Smash Brothers character will be revealed on October 5th. Let's all go around the table and make a prediction of who's going to be the final character ever for Super Smash Bros. On the Switch. Matt, who would you say? You have to be up on the Super Smash Bros. Don't pick someone that's already in the game.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. It's like 2,000 bugs in it already. I'm like, well,
yeah. And an Among Us character. I mean, goddamn. I don't know. There's already.
You gonna get sus on us? Okay.
Yeah,
that's a good pick. What do you think, Eric?
Is Kratos already in it?
No.
I could see him being in it, something like that. Kratos or...
How many other characters like that are not... How many... like, I'm trying to remember if there are any characters that are specific to one franchise, like a console. There's like the Banjo-Kazooie guys came in, right? And that's pretty much an Xbox property. But is there other sort of characters that are in the game that are just properties of other consoles? I can't. I'm not.
That's an Xbox property. That's an Xbox property, but it wasn't always. That used to be a Nintendo thing, you know. So.
Rare, right?
Rare, yeah.
Yeah. You know, Waluigi's not in the game. He's like one of those assist characters that comes in, but you can't control Waluigi. You know, I know a lot of people wish he was in the game. But if I had to guess, I think it's going to be one of those other, you know, something from Square Enix, another, you know, Final Fantasy guy, something along those lines.
Is the Bayonetta chick in it? Is the Bayonetta chick in it? Yeah.
She's what about Sonic? Is Sonic the Hedgehog? Is he?
Yeah, he's in it. Yeah. I don't know, man. It's a toss up for that one.
The dude from Altered Beast?
Someone from Star Wars.
R2-D2.
Like a stormtrooper or something? Or
yeah, something.
Darth Vader,
Palpatine, Han Solo.
I still think it's going to be
C-3PO.
Something that a lot of people are going to know, and I'm going to be like, who? And it's going to be one of those, you know.
You're going to miss it. You're going to miss it totally.
Or it's going to be like, or it's going to be some person like, really? That's it?
Something JRPG-ish is my prediction.
Yeah.
Other than that, guys, I don't have too much news. I will give you a PSA. If you're a fan of the Backbone controller that you can use with your phone to play, like, you know, iPhone games or cloud gaming or anything like that, and you go out and get a new iPhone 13 Pro, it does not fit in the Backbone because the cameras are so, how would you say, bulbous on the back of the phone. it doesn't fit snugly into the backbone.
Wow.
So buyer beware on that. Do you have the new phone already, Eric?
No, I just got the 12. 12 plus thing.
Do you guys usually buy your phones outright, or do you get the payment plan that gets added to your bill?
Yeah, I get that payment plan. It gets added to my bill.
The reason I haven't got the iPhone 13 is I just paid off the 11. I got the payment spread over 2 years. I was like, funny how that works. Like the payment ends, literally 2 weeks before new phones get announced.
Oh, they get that shit figured out.
Did it? Yeah, they got it. They got that plan. But to wrap up something real quick, I didn't think Nintendo's. I don't think Nintendo has anything coming really. I mean, I guess the hypeness was the Bayonetta. Maybe, I don't know, but nothing.
I mean, people were losing their mind online about the N64 shit. They were like, finally, we can play these N64 games. That, people just wait for the things that people are waiting on for the Switch is the new Zelda game, right? The Breath of the Wild 2.
Yeah, that and a new Mario maybe. Yes, let's go.
The Metroid game comes out next week. The new Metroid game. Now, I don't think it's a Metroid proper game. It's that sort of 2D sort of Russian attack game. You know what I mean? That comes out next week. But yeah, it's nothing really got me super excited. Like, oh my god, I gotta have it. I think they will announce the next Zelda game when they announce the next Switch version that you can buy, the Switch Pro.
Yeah, not the Switch OLED.
Right. So other than that, gentlemen, no news to discuss. It was a quiet week, minus the Nintendo Direct.
A lot of Nintendo in there, man. I don't know if it was a quiet week. There's a lot of Nintendo talk there.
Yeah. When are we going to get some Xbox news? Xbox isn't dropping any. You're getting a lot of cloud stuff. You're getting a lot of the controller can do this, that, and the other thing. But it's been a bit since Xbox has hyped something up for us. I feel like something's got to drop pretty soon here.
Well, people once a PlayStation game drops, all the Xbots come out and
put it this
talk
way.
What they talk.
I felt like PlayStation did a good job hyping up Kena, right? They didn't hit you over the head with it, but you were well aware the game was coming out. Can you just imagine if that game came out on the Xbox?
Yeah.
They would have just hit you over. They would have just said, "Oh my God, this is the best thing." They would have just. It would have been everywhere. Now I don't know if that's I don't know what that is. Microsoft's got more spending cash to market it, or PlayStation feels like, hey, we do just enough. We're making people aware of it, but we're not going to beat you over the head with it. But I believe, Xbox spent a week having the debate between the McGriddle and the McMuffin on Twitter, and PlayStation fucking was releasing Kenya Bridge of Spirits. So, I don't know what else to say.
That's true.
And I'm not even making that shit up. I'm not even.
No, you're not.
No, that happened.
I remember that. Yeah. I don't know, man. People just complain about stuff, and I think Sony needs to buy Ember Labs. They need to go ahead and buy them, and keep that going, man. Jeez, their first outing was fantastic.
That it was. And we got, the Ghost of Tsushima stuff came out just recently. Returnal wasn't that long ago.
What's the name of that one game? Deathloop? I haven't even finished
Deathloop,
that.
Yeah, Deathloop is just, I forgot all about Deathloop, I've been watching more and more people play it. I'm definitely going to pick it up at some point, but our buddy Joe State, Gamers and Beta alumni, seems like he's having a lot of fun with it, but he's also getting a lot of crashes. And he's
really?
Making some progress in the game, and then he's had a bunch of crashes too. So I'm maybe waiting for an update or two before I dabble.
Jump in. Yeah. Haven't had any crashes or anything yet, but me, when the hotness comes out, I jump on the hotness. So
yeah.
And Kingdom's not that long, so I'll finish that.
Yeah. And speaking of hotness, I have seen a lot of people. You tell me if I know everybody's waiting for that new world to come out, Goth and all those people, right? comes out on Tuesday, right? But has he dabbled at all, Matt, in the Diablo 2 Resurrection? Or was he?
No, he hasn't. No, he hasn't. Yeah, so
I've been watching a lot of people play it. They seem really happy with it. I know our buddy Al Retro Rents is raving about it online. I don't know. Maybe I'll give it another try. I just jumped in real quick, and I was like, meh, in the beta.
You talking about New World?
No, the Diablo 2 Resurrection.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. See, I won't get that because I've played it already. I played it ad nauseum, so I won't get that. So
I never played it, so maybe that's the reason why I'd get it. Is that a digital-only title, or can you get that physical? Do you guys know?
I don't know. It's probably digital.
Anyways, anything else we want to discuss, gentlemen, or should we wrap this one up? We good?
I've got nothing else.
Got nothing else? Okay. So questions, comments, complaints, or suggestions, Matt, you can go ahead.
No complaints. No suggestions. I think we're doing a hell of a job. Great show tonight. Eric, I wish you could have been here at the beginning when Mike and I was chit-chatting and stuff, especially, the pre-show. You know how the pre-show can be sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
That was quite enjoyable. But shout Team Chaos Theory in chat, man. It's been a while since we chatted with him, so it's nice seeing him in chat and stuff, and that was cool. And everybody else that listens to the show and checks out the show, that's awesome. Thank you very much. And Eric, I'm glad you showed up, man. It's always fun when you just pop in. That is cool. Man. Love talking to you. And Mike, thank you for getting everything done, and I hope you get your second TV back there installed this week, and next week there'll probably be a third box for a third TV you bought.
Well, Eric missed all the good trading in the car talk earlier. If I keep trading in cars, maybe I can buy more shit,
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's not the same box as last week. That's a different TV. If you look at the serial number there, it's a different model and everything.
Matt can't keep his eye off my box.
Yeah, at 77-inch.
The wide
box. A big box.
A lot of. All right, Eric. How about you, sir?
Hey, man, guys. Sorry I was late, man. Life gets in the way sometimes, but I was late. But I'm here, and I love being here. And thanks to you guys for letting me be here every week. It's awesome. And you said who was in the chat? Team Chaos Theory was in the chat?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to him for being in the chat. Appreciate him. And that's pretty much all I got, guys.
Right.
Game on.
I don't want to bring
one more thing. I'm gonna shout out Vic Joe. I listened to his podcast, man. It's awesome. Him and his wife was on 50 Talk. So if y'all get a chance, check out Vic Joe, man. It was good.
He that's a good segue. He just was looking at Facebook a minute ago. He just recorded episode 2. So that episode should be on your podcast streams tomorrow. Again, that's 50 Talk from Victor Johnson, who used to be the host with the most on the 40cast.
Awesome.
I want to send out our condolences to Maniac 17. He lost his father-in-law today. Of course, Jay is one of the OGs of Gamers in Beta.
OGs.
So, certainly we're all thinking of you and your wife today. Sorry about your loss, sir. Other than that, thank you, gentlemen, for showing up. Thanks for Team Chaos Theory for hanging out in the stream. And everybody else, thanks for listening during the week. We'll be back next week in Matt-tober. On the 3rd, October 3rd, sir. We'll be back with episode 179. This has been 178. I'm Mike. He's Matt. He's Eric. We'll talk to you guys later.
The advanced spark plug actually is not that difficult.
Speak for yourself, sir.